The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Miss T asked me a question that I'm still trying to answer. She asked me, was Amber a good wife, like a great wife? And I said, Miss T, I still have to think it out and kind of think it through because there's so many holes into it. This is exactly why Amber's marriage never worked. The lady that's on your screen. And she's still a part of the entire picture. Let's jump into it.
Anthony's seeing somebody.
Come again?
Yeah. Anthony has a new woman in his life.
Vexed and upset. And watch how Shayla basically behaving with it as well too, because she upset as well too, Y'all saw how Shayla was last night, right? Remember Shayla was making nice how Iman was this, Iman was that, knowing darn well that that's not what it was. She's still interested in the man as far as she's even concerned. She don't mind him being with Amber. But with any other woman it's crazy because she can't control the other woman, but she can control Amber. That was my issue though, Miss T. When we think about Amber being a good wife, is how Amber has allowed herself to be in the grasp of these people. But nonetheless, it's really their thing we're going to talk on. But I just wanted to answer that question.
How do you know this?
Amber called me and accused me of knowing that apparently she came home and she caught him in the bed with this other woman in their bed. So he's seeing somebody else. So I pop up over there and I'm like, Anthony, you're being so dishonest with me. All this, I want to marry you. I see a future with you. Let's get our family back together. And you have a woman in your bed.
Listen to how Shayla sounds. Along with what Shayla just said, didn't Shayla also have Iman check Anthony on her Porsche, telling Anthony that, hey, Anthony, you know what? You need to move on. In fact, you need to pick up your son and move on because I'm now here. Didn't that also happen? Didn't Anthony also tell her, you know what, Shayla, maybe you do need to move on. Maybe I'm actually wrong. Maybe I do need to go get someone else. But look how it has changed now. Everything changed now. All of a sudden that changed. The boundaries gone. I have Iman is gone. It now has turned into something different.
In the house that you share with Amber and the girl is Tamara's assistant.
Tamara.
Yeah. She didn't even tell me.
Mm-hmm. Well, anything else I need to know?
She cooks.
I don't care what she cooks. But first of all, that just ruined my day, okay? Because I always ask you, do you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or do you just want to walk around and tell me about your friends and how lovely they are in your podcast? Girl, please. You happen to have had the championship ring. In fact, you were looking like Michael Jordan with one on every finger. But you know what you wanted to do? You wanted to run behind that weed head, Iman. Okay?
I love him.
I know you love him, but I don't care about you loving him because love comes and goes. When Tina Turner said, what does love have to do with it? I used to wonder what the heck that meant, but you're going to find out.
Angelina knew what she was doing. She married Brody. She married a sucker. They're looking for suckers to marry. That's what it is. Okay? Them are looking for a bad boy to have flings with like a diesel. That's what Angelina was doing. They're looking for bad boys to have, for sling the killer every now and again. But they're looking for a sucker like Diesel. Like Brody. That's what they're looking for, a sucker. So when you think, Angelina, she sees a sucker in Anthony because a reminder of Brody, who basically can't keep him thinking in pants and him can't get him head enough, straight enough, because the other head is always talking. That's what it is.
Because you could have had a really soft, sweet life, right? No, you want to struggle. You think what Iman is doing for you is everything. Anthony was the sweetest, greenest little cherry on the tree. Let me tell you something. He has a squeaky clean life. That guy doesn't smoke anything, doesn't drink anything. He don't know his butt from his elbow. He's very moldable.
You hear that? He's a sucker. And don't think we don't know as well to say Amber don't know as well that him is a sucker. We're not stupid. So when Sharon don't tell her how much she love him, whatever it is, them just love Anthony because he's a sucker. He's easy. Him a easy pickings. Them can't pick off Wayne. See, yesterday she had pretty much begging Wayne in front of the man who she call her husband. Come on, Wayne, you sure you didn't? What do you mean you didn't want me none at all? What do you mean for what? Sucker. The boy is a sucker. That's exactly what's going on. They all want the sucker. That's what it is because him easy. You can run over him. You can tell him anything.
You have his son. I told you before, do not let Anthony out of your sights. Keep him happy. Stand by his side. But you want to go the hard route. This makes no sense to me. But I'll tell you what, because I got your back. I'll always have your back. It's you and me against the world. Did you hear what I said? So Amber was in, now she's out. And any other little floozy that comes around may think that she's in. But I guarantee you, when we're done, she'll be out.
So people keep asking me, Miss T said, only me not understand. Oh, you like Denisha? All right. I like Denisha's honesty. And there's something about Denisha, Miss T, that I feel like Anthony needs. I don't know what it is. What's her name again? Auntie Riri keeps saying the same thing as well too. And I'm watching the Denisha character because the character is very, very calm, extremely calm, extremely calm. Clap back on the listener, but very, very calm. Doesn't argue, is not excessively loud, is talking very, very smooth. There's something about the Denisha character that's a little different. And I think that if there's anybody that's going to challenge an Angelina, it's going to be a Denisha. I mean, it's going to challenge an Angelina is a Denisha. I don't know what it is. So I want to see the matchup. For the sake of the entertainment, I want to see that matchup as to can she run circles around, Denisha, just like how them run circles around Amber. That's the question. That is the question that I'm trying to get.
Ain't no new hoe getting in my way of Kai's legacy. These girls are so glad to hop in and out of a bed. They have no kind of morals, no understanding of what life really is. It's cute when you're young and your shape is tight. You will be Mrs. Dalton, whether you like it or not.
Love it. I love it. Angelina has always been one of those intense actresses as well, too. By the way, she's very, very seasoned. So let me actually say that. You know what I mean? That's one thing I love about her. She's very, very seasoned. Shayla is starting to get into her own in terms of with her acting. Little by little, she's starting to get better as she goes along. At first, she was kind of a little more sloppy, but her acting starts to get more tidy and more polished, which I'm starting to appreciate because she start looking more like the villain, like she's supposed to look. Clownish, but just like the villain. Yes, friends, I take out the cheating part out of it. I understand the cheating part is there. I don't agree with that. For the sake of the entertainment, pay close attention to the story as to what is Denisha's purpose. Why has Denisha taken over the house? Right? If you want to call it that, basically. Whatever you want to call it, right? But why is she there? Because I'm seeing something that I think that it could be going somewhere there. But give me your stick. Like, share, comment, subscribe, talk to you all soon.